Hello, selfish peeps. This is Coach Jackie, and thank you so much for joining me today. Today, we're going to talk about having breakfast. All right, show of hands. Anyone else having problems eating breakfast? Yeah, I know, this girl right here. I've got my hand up, right? Breakfast can be somewhat of a challenge due to some of these factors. All right, here are my top three. Time, desire, and fulfillment. All right, let's look at time, right? Most days we have a limited amount of time to prepare, eat mindfully, and then clean up after ourselves, right? If you're like me, no dish goes behind. We do not leave dishes in the sink, so it has to be cleaned and put in the dishwasher. But rewind before that actually even happens, right? What are we doing in the morning, right? You might be engaged in physical activity. You might be getting the kids up. You might be getting your partner up, right? You're looking for, that outfit that's going to make your day, right? Then you got to run downstairs. The dog or cat is looking at you. They want their foods. And you have to have enough time in order to prepare something that's on your meal plan if you're with coaching with me. And then you have to have time to actually enjoy the food, eat mindfully, look for those signals of making sure that you're satisfied or eating about 70 to 80% fullness, and then you got to clean up those dishes. So time is often cited by my clients as to why they don't eat breakfast. Number two, desire. Anyone else bored with breakfast foods? I mean, except, getting that cheese Danish, right? No, just say no to that. Personally, I'm not a fan of cereals or any sugary foods in the morning or pre-made options, the ones that go into the microwave for 30, 60, 90 seconds, right? One of my kids' favorites when he was young was to have that pancake wrapped sausage that he would dip into the syrup. That lasted for a short period of time, made his belly super, super bloated and not feeling well. And really, what nutrition value is with that, right? For me personally, pre-made eggs. Have you seen those on the sausage biscuits and stuff? And I'm like, what is this thing? Right? I just say no to that. But desire, right? Knowing what to eat, making sure that it tastes good, but it's also healthy. That poses a problem too as to why we don't eat breakfast. Number three is fulfillment. Whatever you decide to eat, right? It has to get the job done. I personally want my breakfast to be healthy, fulfilling, and will last me throughout the morning, right? Because what will happen once you actually leave home, you're on the road in your car, what options do you have except processed foods, most likely, unless you pre-planned, like myself, right? You're going to reach for those options that are most likely going to be processed or not part of the diet plan that we have in order to lead the healthy lifestyle that we want. And as you heard, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Why do they say that, right? Personally, I enjoy dinner a lot more than my breakfast. But here are some of the benefits of eating breakfast. One, breakfast breaks the overnight fasting period and provides the energy source needed to jumpstart our day. Okay, why is that? For many people, they eat dinner around that 6 and 7 o'clock range, all right? Say that we ate dinner at 6 p.m., right? Well, if we get up at 6 a.m., it's been 12 hours since we fed our body, right? And you might be saying, well, I had a big dinner. It can it can last that long. Well, not really. If you're like 6 p.m. and you don't go to bed until say 10 p.m., what are you doing during that time period, right? You might be actively engaged with kids' activities or exercising, or dare I say, spending some quality time with your loved one with that boom chaka chaka, right? Is that boom chaka chaka? Yeah, just swipe left on me, right? But I will let you know that you are still burning calories during that time, especially if you engaged in physical activity, but you also are burning calories as you sleep. It's not like the body shuts down and says, okay, we're done. No work will happen. Actually, your body is recovering and repairing itself. We're still growing. We still have those biological functions that are burning those calories for us. So it's so important that you eat first thing in the morning so you can supply your body with the fuel it needs to get you started throughout the day. Also, you may have not known this, but most breakfast foods provide essential vitamins, minerals, and nutrients. Some of those include folate, calcium, iron, B vitamins, and fiber, and that a lot of your total nutrients that you intake actually happen during breakfast. So it's so important to get your vitamins on and eat your breakfast, right? Also, breakfast helps you control your weight. All right, as a coach, it's very important. You've heard me say this 1,000,005 times, and so I'm going to say this 1,000,006 times, right? People who regularly eat breakfast are less likely to be overweight. It prevents large fluctuation in blood glucose levels, helping you to control your appetite. Breakfast fills you up before you become really hungry, so you're less likely to grab whatever is nearby when hunger strikes happen, right? And if you know anything about me, I love Cheez-Its, and if I don't eat, a whole box goes missing in action, right? To prevent us from doing that, so you don't have to pry the Cheez-Its out of your hands, right? Eat your breakfast. Okay, this is very important, all right? Breakfast boosts brain power. All right, I'm going to say that one more time because this is very important. Breakfast boosts brain power. If you don't have breakfast, you might feel a bit sluggish or find that you struggle to focus on things. And that's because your brain hasn't received energy, which, as you know, that's glucose, right? That it needs to get going. Studies suggest that not having breakfast affects your mental performance, including your attention, your ability to concentrate, and memory. It can make your task feel harder than it normally would. And also, if you're trying to exercise on an empty stomach, you might not have the best workout either. This is a true statement for children as well attending school. It's brain power 100%, right? Our teachers, shout out to our teachers. We love you for educating our kids. We want to make sure that we're setting our kids up for success, not only to fuel their bodies and make them healthy, but also give them everything they need in order to focus and pay attention to what our lovely teachers are trying to teach them on. So feed your brain, people. Also, a healthy breakfast may reduce the risk of illness compared with people who don't have breakfast. Those who regularly eat breakfast tend to have a lower risk of both obesity and type 2 diabetes. And there are some evidence that people who don't have breakfast may have a higher risk of cardiovascular disease. So just say no, people, and eat your breakfast, right? Say no to cardiovascular disease and say yes to your breakfast. Lastly, breakfast helps you make better food choices throughout the day. As my grandmother would say, get on the good foot, right? People who eat breakfast generally have healthier diets overall, right? Lead a healthier lifestyle, have better eating habits, and are less likely to be hungry for snacks during the day than those people who skip breakfast. Also, children who eat an inadequate breakfast are more likely to make poor food choices, not only for the rest of the day, but also over their lifespan. So important to eat breakfast. That's why we say breakfast is the most important meal of the day. So this month I'll be focusing on posting and giving you more recipes towards healthier breakfasts that are going to save you time, that are going to be healthy. Hopefully you desire it, so it tastes really, really good. I'll be looking for those options as well, as how you can spice up your breakfast options. And then number 3, that it will do the job, that it will keep you satisfied until snack period or your lunch. All right, I hope that this message serves you. And if you have any questions or comments, please let me know. As you know, I'm always here for you. So let's get healthy together. We'll see you soon. Bye.